Welcome to today's episode, Doorstep Healthcare Nigeria Limited. We are here again today to talk about a very crucial topic that is men's mental health. I am pharmacist Bagidenjuma Gabriel, and together with me, it's a father, not just a biological father, also a father in the Lord. He is the Reverend in charge of Ekwa Bisharawan. I will stop here and then I will allow him to continue and introduce himself to us properly. Thank you.
Good morning, and you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
It's a privilege to have you today.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Reverend Philip Adam Makama. Like you rightly mentioned, I'm actually a pastor, the senior minister of Ekwa Bisharawan, Maraban Rido. Thank you.
This is the month of June, and then the month of June we talk about men mental health. Unfortunately, the theme for this year, men's mental health, is step up for him. Yes, that is the theme. Step up for him. Like, what is the social view? What is the social, what I call it, entitlement of of beings, of people outside there towards masculinity, and then to the mental health of men?
Thank you. To start with, I would say if you are a man, there are a lot of expectations on you. So we thank God for being men anyway. But just like it has been said over the years, that it's not easy to be a man. And to be a man, some people will say it's not a one-day job. Because of that, because of the expectations that people actually have on men. So within the society, if you happen to be a man, some people don't think you should have mental challenge as a man. So that is why even if you are having an issue, you hear people telling you, be a man, be a man. I remember recently somebody lost his mother. Um, the mother happens to be the only person he has. And he was to cry, and people were telling him, don't cry, you're a man, you're a man. And it was not easy with him anyway.
So actually,
Uh,
as you speak, this question came to my head. Uh, the myths,
excuse me.
some of the myths about being a man, like you said, being a man, being a man.
Yeah.
So what are those myths that, apart from what you just said, that is, they expect you to don't have any issue at all. Everything, as since you're a man, you should be okay.
Yeah.
So what are other myths about being a man that you okay, that you know, and then what is ways you feel you can help men be men, even as
Yeah, sometimes when you are sick as a man, like I did mention of the other young man who lost a mother, some people will look at a man to think he doesn't feel sick, particularly women and children. And because you want to maintain being a man, sometimes you are sick, but you wouldn't want to say you are sick. You wouldn't want to go down to lie down so that your family members, people that look up to you as a man, will not uh, will not be discouraged maybe, or will not think daddy is sick, our man is sick. So sometimes you go ahead living with your sickness, struggling with your sickness, because of that mindset that you are a man, so you shouldn't
not really
go
funny.
down.
Is there any personal experience of yours that you are willing to share with us, your own personal experience, and then how you overcame it?
Yeah, at the moment, before the most recent one, let me share an instant that happened to me some years ago. I was actually involved in an accident, and because of the accident, I had trauma. Sometimes, if I want to sleep. I will be thinking if I go to sleep, I will die. So I can spend the whole of the night without sleep. And that was terrible on me. But I was not actually talking to people as such, even though it got to a point whereby I could not hide it from my wife. She had to know, of course. But before she knew it, it took me some days. The struggle took me some days. I was struggling alone without sharing it with anybody. Not until I could not handle it alone, I had to share with my wife, and I had to also engage a medical personnel for medical advice. And the most recent one is this week or last week, actually escorted a friend of mine to the hospital. So upon reaching the hospital, the doctor also said to me I should come so that he can check me. And when he checked on me, the doctor discovered that I am sick and I need medical attention. And I asked him, Doctor, how much will I spend on this medical stuff? He said 100,000. And since I came back, I have not even tell my wife. I have not spoken to anybody except you that I'm telling you now.
Yes.
So I'm only thinking, how do I raise 100,000 for that sickness? If I should tell my wife now, they will begin to think, how do we pay school fees? How do we do that? How do we do now? As a man, now I just told myself, let me be a man. Let me be managing my challenge alone, trusting God and believing God for an open door, that I will go to hospital for treatment. But thank God the sickness is not the type that will weigh me down
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay, sir.
So I'm still managing. I'm still being a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Eric, from your experience, okay, one thing I picked is that as men, we don't really speak out. But
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
think is good? Do you think is the right thing to do?
No, no, it's not actually the right thing. I must blame myself for not speaking out because they will say a problem share is half solved. So we shouldn't be dying in silence. As men, we should not deceive ourselves that we can handle our issues by ourselves. We are to
So
share.
men are scared of being judgmental. So should we have that kind of notion in our head?
Hmm. I am guilty of that actually. Because oftentimes I will neglect myself for the reason of being a man, so as to attend to people that are in need. Um, I remember being a pastor. Let me talk from the ministry's perspective. I remember sometimes this year, there was a day I was actually exhausted. I was tired. The day was hectic on me. But then a church member called on me for a need. So I rushed to the family and I listened to them. I counseled the family, but right inside me, I was sick. At that time, I should be on my bed. In fact, at that time, I should be in the hospital for medical care. But for fear of being judgmental, so that nobody would think I don't do my work as it should, I had to neglect myself to attend to this family. And it got to a point whereby there was a need for me to pray for them. So all of them just knelt down and I stood up to pray. As I was praying, I was holding my head, my forehead.
Literally.
Literally, I was holding, but they didn't know the struggle. I was like going to fall down, but while praying for somebody. That was an instant. Another instance is I went to attend to a family. I was again sick. I went with my car. After attending to them, I was driving back, you- holding steering with one hand, driving with one hand, holding my head with another hand. I struggled and I managed to get back home that day, simply because I don't want people to think that I am not doing my job, to an extent that I want to kill myself for people, and that is very terrible. That is completely wrong. That is completely wrong. One has to take care of himself until you are healthy before you can attend to your family issues, before you can attend to your office issues, before you can attend to society issues, until you are healthy. Uh, I like a woman who counseled me to say, you shouldn't be staying hungry, because sometimes I can forget to eat, being busy from one meeting to another, from one visitation to another, from one issues to another. I can spend a day without eating. A woman cautioned me in one of the churches I pastor. He said, no, if you are not strong, we in the church will not be strong.
Very true. Very
He
true.
said, she said to me, if you are not strong, your family cannot be strong.
Very true.
Until you eat, you are, and you get strength before you can go and work and earn what you will take care of your family with.
Mm.
So she actually counseled me to ensure I eat enough, take care of my physical body enough before I can take care of them in the church as well as my family.
Okay.
And so from that day, my mindset changed.
Change.
Yeah, and it's terrible not to actually take care of yourself than taking care of people
Okay.
for fear of being judgmental.
Judgment.
Yeah.
Is there any other thing you want to add to help men be men?
Yes. As a man, you have to be sincere with yourself. Is key. It's important because you can't be lying that you don't have a challenge. You can't be lying. If you be lying, you'll be doing yourself more harm than good. So we have to come to a point whereby we will accept that we are human beings,
Okay.
and we are vulnerable to every challenge. So then having accepted that reality, as a man, as a Christian man, you engage God in whatever you do, prayerfully, uh, pray to God, present your challenge, your issues to God, and by the grace of God, God will help you out. Aside being spiritual, talking to God about your issue, you can engage in some personal activity that might help you come out of your challenges, like exercise, maybe social activities, anything that you will make you feel relaxed. Where during my trauma days, my doctor actually suggested some drugs to me, but I got to a point, even if I take the drugs, I will still not sleep, as if the drugs were worsening my situation. So I love football. I love playing football. I love watching football. Sometimes in my house, like this, in my sitting room, will engage myself in watching football. I'll just lie down on my cushion watching football if there is light. And before I know it, since I am relaxed,
Relax.
before I know it,
Just
I have
off.
slept off.
Okay.
And within a short time, I will see myself in the next day.
Mm.
And that was how one of the aspects I try to get out of that challenge. And sometimes I go to play football
Okay.
for physical exercise.
Exercise.
So little by little, I got out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So men need to engage themselves.
Thank you.
You must not be too serious always.
Always.
Don't be too serious always.
True, true.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So sometimes even your family, your wife, your
Yeah,
children, you can have time, you have fun with them, play with them.
Okay.
I have a little boy. We say, Daddy, come, let me teach you the exercise they are teaching us in school.
Okay.
He's in primary school, so we'll clear everywhere in the sitting room,
Oh, yeah.
and the two of us will be doing exercise like 30 minutes, 1 hour. Before you know it, you are exhausted, take your bath, and you go and sleep fine.
And true. And then
Sometimes we go out to play football with my boy,
okay.
and I'm fine. I'm fine by that. Yeah.
And also with that, since you're engaging yourself, before you know, the day itself has gone.
Exactly.
Yes. Instead of just sitting and then
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
you're not even finding the solution yourself.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, the night is here and you cannot even sleep.
Exactly.
What do you think about, in Hausa, they call it Manjalisa? That is
Manjalisa.
where men gather to
Yeah, Dandali.
Okay,
Dandali.
Oh, Dandali.
Yeah. Majalisa has to do like council.
Okay.
Council.
Okay.
Dandali has, yeah, is they go together.
Okay.
Majalisa, I mean Dandali
Dandali.
has to do it where you go and chat with your fellow men while away time and stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
what can you say about that? Does it relate
Yes,
that men?
is very very helpful. Sometimes I go.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I play drum.
Oh.
Sometimes I go to engage myself like that.
Okay.
I can play word.
Maybe one day we'll come. Just say one day we'll come to this place.
I can play Ludo. So sometimes I go to such places to actually engage myself. And just like you did mention, before you know it, time has gone.
Time has gone.
Yeah.
Time has gone. Time has gone.
And you'll be refreshed actually. You laugh, chat with people, laugh with fellow men and friends. And I go to viewing center to watch football.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
all the Arsenal fans.
yeah.
Okay, you guys have a fun here. Yes, and then I bet he's a daddy, he's a friend.
Yeah.
You can hear not plenty dads will be proud or will pride in saying they play in their parlors. Some of the daddies, it is when the children hear them coming, they run from the parlor because they know their daddy is coming with a serious face and all
That's
that.
terrible.
Yes.
That's terrible.
So you should know that Arsenal fans, you people have Declan Rice here. Yes, you have Declan Rice here. What do you think about mindfulness and then meditation?
Actually, you just reminded me during my trauma stuff. Since sometimes I'll spend the whole night without being sleep, I will have to go to my reading table, pick my Bible, and I will engage myself meditating from the Word of God.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the things I did, and God really helped me using the Word of God and allowing God speak to me through His Word. And another thing you talk about being mindful. Yes. In as much as I want to make it clear that in as much as I talked about engaging yourself, talk to people, play with your family members, go to watch football. If you are a football fan like me, go to football field and play. Even with that, there are moments that you mind yourself. There are moments that you mind business. When you mean business, you mean business. So it can be play all through. Yeah. You have to take time to know when you should do what at a particular time. Let's take for instance, because I'm having a challenge, I'm sick. I went to a medical doctor. He told me I should bring 100,000 before he can attend to me, and I can't just come back because I want to do away with that mentally and be playing all around. A lot of people will take me to be on serious type, and it's true. We just finished church service, so being in the church on the altar, I have to mean business. I have to be serious. It's not a place to play. So I should know what to do in a particular time, because even the Bible says there is time for everything. Yeah.
Okay. And Daddy, we really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you having us today. We are more than grateful, to be sincere. So the last thing I want us to talk about, that is, let it be like a summary of all we've talked, all we have discussed.
Right.
Yes. So it's like we've talked traditionally about men, and then what the society have seen men. So in summary, I want to say, okay, so how should we redefine this traditional masculinity, and then live, like you said, we should still be mindful, and then we should still live life as human being, because even as a man, you're human. So just give us a summary.
Yeah, like I did mention earlier, as a man, you have to accept the reality, the fact that you are a human being, and you are vulnerable as a human being.
Human being.
And you also have to accept the fact that you are limited. There are things you can do by yourself to help yourself. There are things you need other people to help you do them, even your wife. Because as an African man, we intend to look at women to be nothing. But that is tradition. That's African mindset.
Yes, sir.
Forgetting the fact that a woman was made by God also. She has the same intellect, the same emotion, the same thing, everything that God has given you as a man. He has given it to a woman also. So we have to accept the reality that our women, our wives can as well help us, even our children. Our children can help us. And my child will say, Daddy, come, let's do exercise. And I will follow him to do those exercise. And he will not even know that he's helping me out of something.
Sure.
So we should not underrate anybody. God can use anybody to help us, even as men. Yeah.